Hello, can you bring me some more coffee? You're asking me to do that for you? Who else would I be texting to do this for me besides you? Well, when it comes to the break room, you're a lot closer to it, Jane. So I feel that you can get up from your seat to grab some coffee yourself. How does that sound? Huh? What did you just say to me? Do you have any idea? Well, I do happen to understand what I just said, and I wanted you to understand that as well. Listen, Irene, how many years have you been with this company for? Well, this time it's only been around 6 months or so half a year? Well, I've been here for a total of 5 years so far, so you should be able to understand the situation between us now, correct? I see. However, shut your mouth right now! I'm not gonna ask you any more times to go out and get that coffee for me. But unfortunately, my lower back hasn't been too great recently, so it's a bit hard for me to always be getting up. Please stop acting like you're some old grandma and get what I've asked from you done. Oh wait, I'm sorry. You actually are a grandma, so I guess that all makes sense to me now. Well, I guess you could say that. However, I'm only 62 years old yet. Oh, come on now. Coming from a 27-year-old like myself, you are one heck of a grandma being that age. And I'd like to ask, what the heck is up with you joining our company as a fresh hire when you're already in your 60s? Are you in some kind of a relationship with one of the managers here or something? To me, the only way I can see a company like this hiring you at that age is if you had some kind of a connection within the office. No, I'm not a part of this company due to some kind of a connection. And now that we're on this subject, your father happens to be the manager for HR, right? What does that mean? Are you trying to say that I'm the one that was hired into this company due to connections? No, that wasn't what I meant by any of that. I happen to be really good at doing my job, and when it came to applying for this job, I passed all the tests. And not just that, but I passed the top level compared to everyone else around me. Really? Well, that's pretty amazing of you, Jane. Also, when it comes to work, I happen to have a ton of accomplishments that make me stand out compared to all of you. And that means when I'm asking you to do something, you do it. And since you happen to be an old, fresh hire, well, since you're a fresh hire, you need to listen to anything I tell you to do. So get me that coffee right now and bring it to my seat in the next 5 minutes. All right. I'll bring it to you really soon. Jesus, why did the CEO have to bring in some old hag like you to come work for us anyway? I was told that they were the second in line to be the CEO and are one of the youngest CEOs around. But even with them being young, I'm sure they have little clue what they're doing hiring someone as old as you to work for us. Hey, Irene, are you planning to come into work again today? Yes, of course I'll be in today. I happen to have an important task to do from the manager, so I need to be there to get all of that work done on time. Really? Your way of working is so amazing. No matter what the job is that you're given to do, you put all your effort into making sure it's done on time and done right. Thank you so much for the compliment. You really happen to contribute a lot to this company. Yes, I'll always try my best to. And the reason I'm still able to work so diligently in my 60s is due to this company. That's why I want to show my appreciation to the company by always giving my best effort. Well, then I happen to have a good way of showing them how much you're thankful to this company. Good way of showing my thanks? I have a really good idea that'll help you stand out even more. And what could that possibly be? You leaving this gosh dang company for good. Why would you think that's a good way for me to show my thanks? I've been working my butt off for this company as my way of showing my appreciation. You really don't seem to get it, do you? This company is the leading company in making things like makeup and skincare products. And I am completely aware of that. But for there to be this ugly-looking old hag working in this company, that's supposed to promote beauty and youthfulness. All I'm seeing by having you here is negative results, and I think it's time that you went out and found yourself a different job. Why would you say that? I'm just trying to tell you the truth is all. No way! I'm not going to leave this company due to some reason like that from you. Then you'd better never go against anything I ask from you ever again, nor will you ever act like you know any better than me. Know any better than you? I'm saying that just because the manager and whatnot see you as a good worker doesn't mean you actually are one, as you're still nothing compared to an employee like me. Also, when there are any projects or jobs that seem to have a good outcome to them, I'll be the one looking over you while you do them, so I get credit as well. This also means right before you hand those projects off to the manager, you bring them to me to review first. Why should I be doing something like that, though? I want to do the final check on your work and then hand that project in for you for a part of that credit. I'm a really nice coworker to be around, aren't I? What about that is nice about you? All you're trying to do is take credit for my work and then use that as a way to try and only make yourself look even better compared to everyone else here. Everyone here does things like this. And if you don't decide to listen to me like the rest of them, who's to say what'll end up happening to you? Are you saying all these things because your father happens to be the manager of HR? Well, you can probably guess the answer to that one. Anyway, for the time being, you are to do as I say. If you can do that for me, then I'm sure you'll be able to work for this company a little longer than I first imagined. But of course, I'm sure before you reach your retirement here, your life will say otherwise, and you'll just keel over at your desk. Brandon, are you able to talk with me for a little bit?
Huh? Why are you getting in touch with me this time of day?
I'm sorry that it's so early yet, so I'll try to make all of this as quick as possible.
All right then. Well, what do you have to say to me?
You must know about the woman working in the same department as me named Jane, right?
Ah, of course I know about her. She happens to be Fred from HR's daughter, right?
Have you ever met with her before, face to face?
I have, but that was years ago, back when she was still in college. Her father had me come along with him, and he introduced me to her at a dinner we planned out.
And what about after she started to work for you?
Well, I suppose I've met with her a few times now. But of course we are within the office when we met, and since I'm her boss, she really doesn't say too much back to me besides a couple of replies.
How do you view Jane and her position within the company?
You're asking me something like that? Well, I guess I'd have to say she's a pretty decent worker. Actually, she scored one of the top scores in our entrance exam coming into the company, and happens to have a lot of achievements under her belt here. I mean, she has contributed a lot to this company, and I feel that she is due for another raise soon. It's amazing to see what she's been able to do at such a young age.
I need probably say something like that about her.
What's going on with her? Did she end up doing something to you?
Well, a little bit.
Really? I've always thought of her as a very well-received young woman.
I knew I could probably tell you a few different things about her now, but I'd rather you take a look into her some more to see what I'm wanting to talk about.
Do you want me to look deeper into her?
Yes, please.
Well, I guess you're the one asking me, Mom, so I'll have to take a look now. Give me a little bit and I'll get back to you about her.
Thank you so much, Brandon.
Now that we've gotten that out of the way, how have you been otherwise? How does it feel to be back at work after 10 years of being away?
That's a good question. I have to say that the common work ethics have changed a little bit, but all seems about the same besides that. I have to say that working now seems a lot easier for me than it did a decade ago.
I think so. The company made sure to implement a lot of new tools into our system to make it a lot easier for all the employees to get work done here. And because everyone's been a lot more efficient, the amount of money we pull in every quarter has been perfect.
That's what I've been hearing. How amazing. But just remember that not everything in this company is about the systems and the work efficiency of everyone. You might have a bad apple somewhere in there that needs to be worked on. Now, I'm going to start heading into the office. Make sure you yourself aren't too late coming in today, all right?
Yeah, I know.
Jane, you went ahead and handed in all those papers that I had written down without giving me any credit, didn't you? Oh my, what could all this be about? Don't play dumb with me, young lady. There are plenty of people in the office right now that said they saw you take those papers off my desk and write your name on all of them before handing them in to the manager. Is that right? Can you tell me who all was saying they saw me do that? It doesn't matter who said they saw you doing it. Why are you doing such harmful things to me like that? I don't have any particular reason for any of it. I just happen to think that everything you do will end up being my benefit. And that's why at the end of your work, I handed in those documents. If you wanted all the credit for them, then maybe you should have been handing them in a bit sooner before I got to them. What the heck? You've always been doing things like this while working for this company, haven't you? I have been. That way, I don't have to do anything while I'm in the office and can still keep all my accomplishments up and have a great score to show my dad every month. This kind of system I've set up is amazing, right? It's like I'm the boss of my own company within this company. It's not amazing whatsoever. Actually, it's quite the opposite of amazing. Do you think I really have to listen to you? Because if I do, I start to get a little upset. And when I'm upset with someone here, I can go right to my dad and tell him all sorts of horrible things about them. Does your dad happen to know that you're already doing things like this to all your coworkers? I'm really not sure about that. Probably not. I mean, he brags about me all the time, saying that I'm able to get way more work done than any of the other employees here. You are the worst, Jane. So now that you're aware how my system works, you can continue to work for my benefit. All the other coworkers are doing it, so go ahead and fall back in line. What the heck do you think you're doing to your coworkers? All they are to me are little pieces in my game of chess. And you're the same way to me. Just another piece in this game of chess that I'm playing to make it to the top. And if you don't continue to let yourself be used by me, then we're going to have some serious problems here. I'd assume someone as old as you wouldn't be able to find another job after being fired from here either, now would they? So please, don't have any hard feelings about what you've heard from me today, and continue to work your hardest for me. So this is how you want to play. At least I have a really good understanding of what kind of person you are now. Can you talk with me right now? What do you want from me this time? Actually, I'm deciding what people to have on my team for next month's project where we'll work on developing some new products for the company. Right, I heard something about that the other day. And well, of course I'm going to be leading this team working on the project. And what do you want from me? Well, they happened to ask me to work on the plans for what we'll be doing for those new products, but I happened to forget all about doing that work. And so, in my place, I'd like you to work on all that. I plan to send you all the resources I'm using by email right now, so you can get a head start on it. Wait just a second there. They've asked you to be the one to make up all those plans, right? So why are you asking me to do it for you now? I have no other choice at this point. I was on vacation with my boyfriend for a few days and never had the time to work on any of that. That kind of excuse is not going to fly in this company. You shut that mouth of yours. All you're good for is doing anything and everything that I tell you to do. When are these plans supposed to be due by? By tomorrow. What? That's not a problem for you, right? You'll make sure they're all done for me by that time, right? I'll try my best, and I'll make sure they're done to a decent standard. That's what I expected from someone like you. I always knew you older people were too stubborn to let someone else's work be their own downfall, right? I'll make sure that when I'm handing in the plans for the projects that I put in a good word for you. I'm not doing any of this for your sake, Jane. I'm only going to make sure all these plans are finished by tomorrow for the sake of this company. Well, whatever it's for is fine by me. Just as long as you're able to get them all done by the time you come into the office.
Jane, are you awake?
Dad? Why are you texting me at this time of day? I'm really busy right now getting myself ready for the day.
You and I are finished.
Huh? What are you even talking about, Dad?
You stop getting yourself prepared for work today and listen to everything I have to tell you about.
But if I'm late getting into work today, what will happen to me?
that's not going to be a problem for you anymore. You are being punished by the company, and they are asking you to stay home for the time being. So there's no point in you getting ready to go into the office today.
I have to stay home from work now? What does any of that mean for me? Tell me what I did to deserve something like this.
The fact that you've been bossing all your coworkers around and threatening to do work for you has become a really huge problem here, and they don't want you in the office during the investigation.
What the hell? I've been bossing everyone around and threatening them. I've not been doing anything like that.
A lot of the people from within your department have started to speak out about how you've been harassing them. Are you going to tell me that this last project you were entrusted with working on the plans for, you didn't punch all that work someone else at the last minute?
That's all. I would never do something like that. Well, not never, but I haven't been doing it all the time. But saying that I've been harassing other coworkers is taking things way too far. They're all my friends, and so it's totally fine for me to ask them all to help me out, right?
As of right now, we are not sure about all the details just yet. But so far, what all we've been hearing about you from all your coworkers makes me feel really ashamed of myself for ever allowing you to come into this company. So far, it really does seem that you've been stealing everyone else's work off their desk and things like that and handing it in saying that you did it all by yourself?
No, wait. That's all. Dad.
I'm tired of the excuses from you. At this very moment, I feel like I'm going to pass out due to all the pressure that's being put on me from your actions. I never thought that by having you work for this company, you'd be doing such childish things to all the employees.
Dad, you're going to make sure nothing happens to me, right?
I've been trying to protect you this whole time, but you've gone way too far with all this crap in the office, and now not even I will be able to vouch for you anymore.
But Dad!
For the time being, you're going to stay at your house all day and not come in. And when any of the higher-ups begin to question you, if they question you, you answer them with nothing but the truth, and no dang excuses. That is the one thing I'm asking from you for the time being.
What the hell have you done to me? What do you want from me now? We're both in the office now, so you can just come to my desk and talk to me face to face, all right? You should be able to tell that I am not in the office currently, right? Oh? Well, now that you mention it, you don't seem to be at your desk right now. Stop with all that crap right now. Do you know whose fault it is for all this crap happening to me right now? You told everyone that I've been the one bossing everyone around and harassing them, right? Well, of course I did say something about that. But the reason for all of this happening to you is because you wanted to act like a schoolyard bully. You knew everything you were doing within the office, within this company, was not okay for someone to ever do, yet you went ahead and continued to do it anyway. And it seems that this time someone found out about it who has some power within this company and is making sure you're punished. I haven't been doing anything wrong, though. Do you think me saying you've been harassing and bossing people around is saying too much about you? I was just telling the higher-ups all the truths about what you've been up to, and that's all. And the people that decided that what you were doing does require a punishment like the one you're receiving right now are the higher-ups. However, it does seem that for some reason you thought all of this wouldn't ever be that big of a deal for you, right? I want you to go to all of those higher-ups and take the blame or something for me. Then they can stop telling me to stay at my home and I can come back into work. Why must I ever do something as needless as that for you? Because I've asked everyone else in the office to do something like that for me, and they've all gone and blocked my number. Oh? So that's what they've been up to now. Well, then I suppose I must block your number myself as well. I'm a bit older than everyone else here, though, so I'm not really sure how to block your number. I might go and ask one of my coworkers if they can help show me how to do something so useful. If you're going to play games like that with me now, then I'm going to do something more drastic about you. Is there really anything left that you can do that'll save yourself now? There is one thing I can do, actually. You already know that I'm the daughter of the HR manager, right? That also means that my dad and I have been friends with the CEO of this company for a long time now. And not just friends, but best friends. And now that I think about him, he seems to be interested in me a bit more than the other women here, so perhaps, I'm sure if I go ask him to do me a favor, he'll be able to let me come back into work and tell everyone to act as though I never did anything wrong. Oh, you think so? What? You have nothing more you can do to me now. Well, if that's your plan, then please stop talking to me anymore. You should be running to the CEO and begging him to put all of this behind the company, right? Well, then I think I will go do that. But when you try and apologize to me later, know that it'll be too late for your old butt. Go right ahead then, Jane. I have no plans to apologize to you now, so you have no other choice. Mr. CEO, I really need your help.
What's going on? I've heard you're supposed to stay home from work a while, right?
And I'm at home right now, so don't worry. But actually, I'd really like to talk with you in person.
Right now I'm in the middle of an investigation, and that investigation is into you. So when we come around to the point where we'd like to question you, you can talk with me all you want face to face then.
I don't want to. The only person I can trust now is you, so please listen to me. Can you please let me come in and talk with you in person today?
I guess I can't say no. I'll listen to what you have to say to me.
I haven't been up to anything wrong like everyone else wants you to believe. They're all just trying to get me fired.
You think that they are trying to set you up? Can you tell me in a little bit more detail why you think that might be?
You know that one old lady, Irene, that I've been working with, right?
Ah, I do happen to know her.
She's been trying to set me up for a while now and has been telling all the other employees lies to make me look bad and like I've been harassing them.
Why would you think that Irene would do something like that to you?
She is completely jealous of me. She is jealous of the fact that I'm a young and beautiful woman, and I'm able to get all my work here done and am congratulated for it. That old ugly hag has been jealous of everything I've achieved here, and that's why she wants to take me down.
Did you just say an old ugly hag? She's only in her early 60s yet. So I really don't think you can start calling her anything like that.
But I'm being serious about her being ugly and old, right? And the fact that she's been hired here to work for this company when she's that old is odd to me. I bet there's something going on, like some crazy relationship she has with one of the higher-ups that got her this job here. No doubt about it. I want you to start investigating that woman instead of me, because there has to be something wrong with her.
There is no real need for that.
Why not?
Because I happen to know that woman more than anybody else within this company.
What do you mean by that?
That woman happens to be my mother.
What?
She happens to be my mother, and not only that, she had been working for this company a long time, but happened to take around 10 years off from work.
You're lying, right?
I'm not lying. But after those 10 years of taking time off, she came to me and asked to work for the company again. And so I went to all the other managers and directors and told them I'd be bringing her back on.
Why did you think you had to hire someone like her to come back and work here?
Well, I never knew about why she wanted to start working again at the time. You know how about on our internal webpage we have a forum set up for employees to express their ideas and opinions about the company, right? Well, on there you can see a lot of the time there are employees who want to talk about problems they see at work. After my mom left the company 10 years ago, she made sure to continue reading through the forums to see what everyone working here was talking about. As she would read through all the different comments and stories, she always noticed that the people who were complaining about problems at work always happened to be talking about you recently.
Those are all made-up stories about me on there. They don't have to put their names on those forums, so they can say whatever they want with no repercussions.
And that's why my mom thought she'd come back in and see what was going on with you. And after she started working here again for a couple weeks, she realized what everyone was saying on those forums were true about you. Of course, after she told me about you, I took the time to look into myself and realized that what my mom was saying about you was true as well. At the moment, we don't know about all the things you've done and to who, but over time, we'll be able to find all of that out. And so as long as this investigation is ongoing, you are here to stay at your house and wait for a verdict from us here.
kept the fact that you were the mother of the CEO hidden from me, didn't you? I kept that hidden from you? You never asked me about myself, and that's why I never told you anything about my connection to him. What is wrong with you? And had I told you about my relationship to him, you would have never shown me your true self in front of me like you've been doing, right? It's all because of you doing that to me now that I'm in hot water with everyone. And I'm going to keep saying that you asked for all of this by being a little prick at work. You really hate me that much? You must really be that jealous of the fact that I'm so beautiful and young that you're willing to try and ruin my life. What are you going on about? You think that I'm doing all of this because I have some kind of personal beef with you? I thought of all the reasons you might be doing this to me, and that was the most likely reason. Well, you have it completely wrong. I've done all of this to protect my family. Protect your family? The only family you have in this company is that CEO, right? Of course, Brandon is my son. But when I say family like that, I'm also talking about everyone that works in this company for my son. Huh? Is your head that frickin' screwed up? You think that any of the employees in this company are like family to some old hag like you? Frickin' idiot. I'm not just some employee, and most of the people in this company aren't just other employees to me either. I am the woman that founded this company long ago and have been a part of it ever since. What? You were the CEO then? That's right. And 10 years ago, I gave this company to my son so that he could run it as the new CEO. And since I'm both the founder of this company and my son is now the current CEO, I see everyone that comes and works here as my family. And it seems that you have been using a lot of my family in ways all to make yourself look good and hurt them. I am not going to just sit around and let you do things like that to my family any longer. Well, I should be a part of your family as well then. No, you are not. I do not see you as my family anymore, nor have I ever. All you are to me is a thorn in the side of my family that needs to be plucked out before you form a serious infection. I've already spoken with my son about all of this, and he's going to have you fired from this company for me. Fired? That's right. I think having you completely removed from this company is the only way to ensure the safety of my family. Well, if that's what you want to do, then go right ahead. Oh, it looks like you're coming to your senses now. What are you talking about? You must really have no clue of what you're doing right now. What do you mean by that, then? Listen, when it comes to larger companies like this, it's really hard to just get away with firing someone like that so easily. If you do have me fired, then I can claim you let me go without good reason, and I'll be able to get a huge court settlement out of that company. So if you really do decide to fire me from here, I'll get myself a lawyer and come after you all. And when I'm done, I'll make sure I have every last penny I can take from you all. If that's what you really want happening to your little company, then go right ahead and fire me. I see. Huh. It seems that you have no knowledge of the law regarding this, so you'd better shut up about me right now before I act against you all. Do you mind if I ask you one more question then? What is it? I'll give you an answer to whatever you have to ask me. Discord. Do you happen to know the definition of this word? What? Why are you asking me a question like that? I'm just trying to teach you the meaning of this word, in case you don't know it. I don't really care to learn words from you, especially about a word like that. I already know the meaning of it anyway, so just go ahead and tell me what you're trying to get at here. This is all very strange of you, because on that exam that everyone takes to get into this company, there's a question talking about this word and what it means to the company. Huh? Seriously, what is this all about? I'm saying that if you really want to brag all the time about how you scored a top score on that exam, then you should be able to tell me what that word means to you and this company. I mean, you gave the right answer to it back when you took the test, right? Oh, come on, I just happened to forget about it is all. Are you really going to tell me you forgot about one of the most important words to this company? Then I guess I'll give you the same problem that was given on that exam, again. And I want to see what your answer is. No way. I don't have time to sit here all day taking your stupid test. Really? I mean, it's not like you're working or anything today, right? Well, I guess that is true, but Actually, I've gotten a copy of this test from the manager of the HR department, your dad, to go over with you. I went right up to him asking for this test so that I could question you about it, and he handed it right over like a good boy. Also, I made sure to have your dad look up all the answers you gave on this test back when you were entering this company. And during that whole situation with him, I asked your dad about this test and about yourself as well. You were questioning him? And luckily for me, your dad was able to tell me the truth about you and him. He told me that in order to get you a top score on that test, he gave you all the answers so that you could just fill them in. You're lying! No, I'm not. You happened to get into this company by giving false information and cheating on an entrance exam, so the only choice we have left now is firing you for that. Wait! I promise I'll change my ways and never do anything like I've been doing again. It's too late for that now. In your place, we have plenty of other employees here that'll do your work for you.
Jeez, Jane finally shut the hell up and started telling me the truth about everything.
Is that right? Well, thank God for that.
I've been shocked by all of this, though. I never knew something like this was going to happen in my company. I guess my concerns with all the profits we were making here outweighed my care for those that were being harassed by her.
Well, I was the one that made you the new CEO, and you've only been at it for 10 years now, so I can take some responsibility for you not noticing something like that. And I was the one who told you to make sure the company was strong and profitable for the sake of the family, so you definitely did not fail me there.
But even still, something like that was not okay.
That's true. You can't just say you care for your employees, but you have to properly show them that you're there for all of them as well. I'm sure if something like this happens again in the company, people will begin to lose faith in you.
Yeah, I'm going to do better from now on.
Don't get too worked up about it, though. I know you, and I know that you'll be just fine managing the company for as long as I'm alive. After that, having found out that she was hired into the company based off of an exam that she cheated on, Jane was fired. And at the same time this was all happening, her father was able to hear back from every employee she ever harassed and bossed around at work. As of right now, at a time where Jane should be taking responsibility for all she'd done, she's turned on her dad and started to blame him for everything. And because of what he'd done to get her into the company, Fred's wife gave him a letter asking for divorce, and the next day he was out of their house. One would think that Jane got off easy after blaming her dad and getting rid of him, but after finding herself a new job, she'd learned that it's not as easy being an employee as she was led to believe. After leaving that second company for what she claims was them working her too much, she was left with one option, and that was working at a nearby gas station to her house. But even still, she had little work experience of her own, even in doing simple tasks while working at a place like that. She began to blame other employees and managers there for her failures and mistakes, and that led to pretty much everyone there hating her guts. She tried plenty of times to chase after her dad, asking for him to help her, but he only continues to ignore her for what she'd done to him. At this point, she's left regretting everything she'd ever done that landed her in a place like that. Had she only took her job and life more seriously and not used her position as daughter of the manager of HR as her way of threatening others, she might not have to work in a place where everyone hates her. As for myself and Brandon, I've gone ahead and started to work a little bit every week now until they find a new person to take Jane's spot. As I've already done the job I wanted to do, getting rid of her. And Brandon has started to put even more of his time into catching up with all his employees and making sure that everyone is happy and that things like before can never happen again. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.